So this is the message to me from 10 years ago, and I basically boiled down the whole thing into a sold version, like a black, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Here's how it sounds, and you find the full link in the description below.
Where the harvest is cheap. You want a girl?
Get your club, step into the day.
You want the wealth?
Real estate ain't the only way.
Don't say the penny. Boy, you gotta make the stack. Don't go to networking events.
Don't look back.
I'm you from 10 years deep. Here to break the code. Put the phone on silent. Airplane mode.
Airplane mode.
Now money, you're looking at real estate.
Adrian's advice to his 18-year-old self. What would I give myself as advice if I was, let's say, 18 now? So the idea of this video is to basically replicate what Hormozi said, which is, instead of, because you know the whole context, it's better for you to give your advice if you're older to your younger self. Now, of course, it's hard for me to imagine how I would feel when I'm older to my younger self, but I know the things that I don't regret, but I wish I knew when I was 15, right? So there's main things. I'm going to go through them fast. Let's go through them and then I'll get into them. First, don't go to nightclubs, okay? Day game, meeting girls during the day, much better. And all girls require some effort. All right, that's first. It's about girls and dating because it mattered to me for a long time and still does. Okay, KDP is online real estate. Don't get out of KDP, okay? That was the second thing. And you are a social innovator / learner. Always surround yourself with people who want to achieve your goal. I didn't do this. I forgot about this, and I still sometimes forget that whenever I don't have motivation, it's usually not the sleep or something because I have a very good routine. It's usually the social stuff. All right. This is fourth. Networking is wasted time. I put a lot of effort into this, and this is my valuable lesson. The reason I'm telling this to myself because I put a lot of time into each of these things. Real estate, doing the things without, having a teammate and networking and stuff. I wasted a lot of time and money onto these things. Now, not wasted, I learned beautiful lessons, right? Put more effort and thought into making more money, not saving. A lot of the years I tried to save more money instead of thinking, how do I make more money? That was a fallacy because you can save only so much, If I shave my own head, we'll get into it. You can do anything. Just remove all the frictions and distractions. I am that I am. It means you know that you are God. You are anything you do. So if you want to be an astronaut, start doing what an astronaut does. Yeah, we'll get into that too. And yeah, just do your one thing. Anyways. You can focus even during the night and definitely block the first hours of the day doing the most important thing that you believe is going to drive your business forward. For me, I've done this even today and it's definitely the biggest gift, man. It's the biggest gift. Doing the one thing that you think is going to get you to your goals faster. For me, that's going to be $300,000 in 3 years. Now, it is what it is, right? So it's a bit, cozy tonight, me and you, we are here together with a nice candle. So let's talk. Let me show you my thoughts. And this is for future Adrian, right? Don't go to nightclubs. Let's get into this, baby. Why do I say that? Listen, I love parties. And the reason I love them because I went there to meet beautiful girls and beautiful people. And of course, some of my best friends, Daniel and Pavel and a few other guys, I met them through nightclubs. So I think nightclubs were nice. However, I do believe they are out of trend. And it doesn't lead me to the thing that I anyways wanted, which is I want a beautiful girlfriend, right? And it was a very, very long way around the whole thing. I've probably, went to nightclubs for many, many years, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever you count it. And the results that you get from nightclubs and the noise to signal ratio, the noise is insanely high to the signal. You think a girl is interested because she looked at you, but the outcome of that look is not the same as if you were on a date from a daytime. Because it doesn't lead to longer relationships usually, right? And the girls they think they have way more options because they're in the nightclub. But of course, girls and guys' goals are not always aligned, right? Most of the time, guys want to just have sex, and for them, sex is valuable, but then girls want to have a relationship, and it's just biological, right? Now, in a nightclub scenario, girls mistake that as if all the guys want a relationship. And they might know that, and then they'll be negative. So it's just a bad... So if they know all the guys value sex more than just relationship, then they will be negative in the nightclub. All guys want just sex, and they get bitter. So it's not a good solution. And anyways, we guys need to also take responsibility and understand this is how the whole thing is. And they want relationship with the best guy. Meanwhile, guys want sex with almost anyone. But then guys want relationship with the best girls in their mind, whoever they count as best. So all of this to say is, in the nightclub, there's so many barriers for us to communicate and come to some sort of common goal. And in the end, of course, when I was going to the nightclub, I wasn't thinking about children, right? But now I do. And yeah, I think if I talk to a girl during the day, it's so much more clear if she likes me, if she doesn't like me, and anyways, if she likes the signals that I'm showing her, right? It's not if she likes me as a person, because she doesn't know anything about me. It's basically the first minute or two how she feels about my energy. That's the only thing she can feel. Now, in daytime, I think it's much easier to learn about ourselves, to learn about what drives us, what drives them, and have a normal conversation. So yeah, that is definitely much, much better to learn about just human communication during the daytime, in my opinion. So anyways, that's the first tip. I would have probably saved hours, if not years, of my life on this. If I knew these reasons and how I'm going to improve my communication, because there's not their friends, there's not music, there's not this and that and that. And I would have saved so much time and grow so much faster if I just didn't go to nightclubs and just talk to girls during the day in a cafe, in a restaurant, in my school, in my university, whatever, anywhere, just not the nightclub. It's highly competitive and it's not good. So anyways, that's the first one. This one is actually inside the same. It's like all girls require the same effort. You don't get a discount if they are in your eyes uglier. Now, in your eyes, because universal ugly kind of doesn't exist, but kind of. No one thinks a flower is ugly. But I'm not trying to be politically correct here. I'm just saying there are people who are more attractive in most people's eyes. Like my jawline is pretty nice, yeah. But if it was like this, and then like a like this blonde, wavy hair, probably more girls would be attracted in the current market, in the current area that I'm living in, right? In the current era, also in the time. It depends of the social economic standpoints of each country. I'm guessing, in the Middle East 1,000 years ago, where the Vikings were coming to take, let's say, what is it called? To take the goods that were being produced in the Middle East. At that point, probably for the Viking woman was very interesting to be with a merchant from the Middle East, right? The socio-economic standpoints was higher, so the brown hair and stuff would be more attractive. So I think, anyways, won't get too deep into that. I'll probably write a book. I wrote a book. I didn't release it yet. Let me know in the comments if you want to see this full book about the dating stuff. Now we're going to go into the other stuff. So yeah, all girls require some attention and effort. So basically what I'm trying to say here is, if I go, and in the beginning I shouldn't care, right? It's just about talking to as many girls as you can, just seeing your vibe, their vibe, understanding what you're looking for, what they're looking for, just understanding how to date, how to not be needy. Like, there's so many things, right? But anyways, what I want to say is, all girls require effort, man. Think about that for a second. If you have a girl that's 19, 20, 25, doesn't matter, 30, they all want attention, they all want you for themselves, they all want, which is, normal. Like, it's like all guys want the same thing, right? We all want good sex, obedient to a degree woman, and so beauty, right? Now, what I'm trying to come with this is, I used to go for girls who I was not thinking deeply, like, would I keep this girl? Now I'm much more picky, because I know that it's all of the girls, they want to, wait a few dates before sex. And even if they didn't, at this point, I'm not so interested, because I know after a few times I'll get bored, because I don't want something longer term, and it will break their heart And basically what I'm trying to say, if you put 3 dates onto a very beautiful girl, you'll get to the same place as you almost if you put like 3 dates into going for a girl that you don't find that attractive. So you better spend your time into the girl that you would actually keep. And this is an advice from myself, right? Like just protect yourself, even though it's you really want to, because she's hot. She seems that she's gonna be easy, and to this day, I have not found girls to be easy. They all have requirements. They all have like things they want. So, because in the end, like sex is usually not their goal. If they're smart, they'll make it easy for you, much easier than you would expect. And I've had some, I have a girl in mind that like is very smart with that and is making that easier, which is making her more attractive to me. But again, it's just be careful of this, that you definitely want to filter, because the last thing I want, and I don't know why I care about this, I'm such a stupid monkey, cappuccino. But I know that when I'm sitting on a date or going out with a girl, and they think about this too, if I don't feel like she's one of the best choices that I could get, and I see more beautiful girls walking by all the time, it just bothers me, man. It just bothers me. There's nothing wrong with my girl, but then if I see that all the time, maybe I'm sick. Maybe this is what every guy feels and they bury it, but I'm just being honest here, right? This is how I feel, and for some of the, my last girlfriends, I didn't feel like that. Like I didn't get too distracted, and again, this is like personal, but it's going to be uncomfortable. These talks are always uncomfortable because it's about competition, it's about human nature, hierarchy, social status, all that shit. Anyways, we're cappuccino monkeys, yeah? Dude, I'm sure, like, in a way, if there was a richer, blonder version who is funnier, cooler than me, and he would, like, walk by with a hotter girl, like, my girl wouldn't be... I'm sure she would be, like, loyal and stuff. Let's hope here, eh? But I'm sure in the same sense, she would probably have a thought of having that guy, right? And that probably wouldn't be nice to her emotions, not mine. Like, I'm jealous, but she would feel like she's not getting the best option. Now, that's just how it's going to be always. There's always going to be a guy with a bigger dick, right? So we better work on that dick size. Anyways, okay, second one, business. KDP is online, real estate. Don't get into the traditional real estate. Keep pushing KDP. So I sold my business for around $300,000 3-4 years ago, but now I know it wasn't a mistake. I made some money with real estate. I'm happy I did, and I have a few apartments here and there. I'm probably gonna buy more, but now I'm gonna buy more luxury, because we'll get into that also later, or not in this video. So I'm doing business publishing, right? It could be also e-commerce, anything, right? Anything that has to do with marketing, understanding the product, etc. What I want to say here is, Adrian, this KDP thing is much more, it's a better place for you to create value than traditional real estate. And with my KDP, basically now I have a book that's making $1,000 a day. And I'm investing, let's say, $1,000 a day. So that's 2x, man. It's like a money machine that I put 1,000, I get out 1,000. That's fucking amazing, right? You couldn't fucking do that with real estate, dude. I don't care what kind of real estate you have. This is just not possible. Now, if you leverage other people's money, if you have big deals, if you have like some special, no money down and stuff, but those are rare. And I would say it takes way more effort to get that rolling than KDP for me. And KDP is online real estate. You have good reviews, a good book, good content. You package it well. I think it can live for a few years. Anyways, AI might take over everything soon. There might not be any more books left. But anyways, this is what I think, right? So I went for a few years into real estate, and I think I set myself back slightly. Now I learned my lessons. But I want to do more SaaS. I want to do more services. I want to build stuff. And yeah, that's it. 3, you are a social innovator and learner. I've seen this so many times with myself that when I'm in contact with someone else, we're talking about relationship, we're talking about business, we're talking about food, we're talking about anything. By me talking to them, by me teaching them, I learn, and I learn new things that I didn't know I knew. How the hell does that work? I have no fucking idea. If you know, comment below, because I have no idea how this shit works. But while I'm talking to my friend, I'm telling him how I did my business, what the risks I took, how I did my books different, etc. I'm like, holy shit, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm like, that other person just sitting there and listening. I'm like, holy shit, I'm coming up with so many new innovations in my head. And this is something that I've realized, and it's super important. I thrive in a social setting. Now, that is something I realized in myself, so I'm trying to take on partners in different areas of my life. And I believe it's the best thing that I'm doing. It's literally the best thing because I grow faster. I'm a competitive person, right? If I'm working alone in this like lonely room, man, I want a nice Tesla and it's not gonna make room noises. Anyways, so yeah, I want to surround myself with people who want to achieve the same things. And that is the most beautiful feeling of human life. You know, who knows when I'm gonna die or what's after this. But as long as I'm alive, man, I am living the best life right now. And to the young Adrian, you should do the same, man. Be competitive, enjoy your life by playing competitive sports. And I was I was one of the top players in League of Legends. I didn't push it as far as I could have. But anyways, with the kind of sports that I'm playing, which is business sport, right? It's a competition, man. Like, I know some of it is like for making money and etc. But in the end, like, life is a competition. You want to have children, you want your children to thrive. And to do that, you need to get other things from other people. It's like, we're still merchants. Nothing changed. Instead of a Middle Eastern merchant, like with a turban or some shit, whatever they had at that point, with a boat rowing, the air smelling like spring and the Vikings are coming down the river. You're like, hey, come, money, gold, Now it's like, hey, here's my website. You want, pay, PayPal. It's the same. It never changed. So we have to create value. We have to be nice merchants with nice boats so people can see, so girls can see. So anyways, that's all the same. And I'm social, so surround yourself with social people who want to achieve the same thing and share risks with them, share happiness with them, share life. And yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very thankful that I have the people that I have in my life. And if I died anytime soon, honestly, I don't regret it too much, and I'm lucky to be where I am. Okay, fourth lesson. Networking is wasted time. Yeah, this one is crazy. I went to Warsaw for 2 years. I went to the best hotel, the best gyms. Now I'm talking like $300 a month for a gym membership. I went to a hotel which was, how much was it? $1,000 a month just to get access to like breakfast and stuff. Now I saved money by eating breakfast there every day and bringing guests all the time. I probably bankrupted the poor hotel, man. It was Intercontinental. It was amazing. I love it. Thank you, Simon, for getting us in. And I hope you didn't get into trouble for getting us in with my friend Daniel. But anyways, man, I realized internet is where you find your people, or it's so much more higher chance to find the people we want in our life on the internet, right? So all my friends, Pablo, Alonso, Toby, Andre, like all these cool people, and there's so many more. I'm meeting them on the internet. That's why I'm putting this video out, because I hope at some point me and you connect and we can build great things together, right? And see how much alignment we can get in our Venn diagrams. All right. So networking is pretty much wasted time, especially if you're not doing anything specific and you don't have any. I mean, if you're doing industry networking, I don't think that's a waste of time, because you're sharing knowledge that is useful to both of you. But if you're just doing like I did, I went to networking events random, it's not that worth it, man. That's my opinion. I would probably waste 2 less years on just like going to random networking just to meet cool people. I met some cool people. I'm not saying it's not worth it, don't get me wrong, but I think it's much more efficient to just focus on the goal and drive yourself forward. If you want to make money, and my goal is like $300,000 a month right now, I'm not going to do anything in a networking event. I just need to make better products, find the people who are doing what I'm doing, and like talk with them. That's it. All right, 5th. Let's put a 5 here. I like my 5s. Put more effort and thought into making more money, not saving money. Oh, this is so important, man. I used to cook my own food. I used to shave my own head. I used to have the cheapest place. I Airbnb'd kind of illegally, or whatever you want to say, like kind of gray zone. I Airbnb'd a bed across my room. Actually, that's making money. That's not saving. That's good. But not buying so many clothes, you know, not like letting everything get old. And you know, these are good things, these are good traits. You don't want to bleed money from nowhere. But if I put the same effort where I went and like, you know, nitpicked everything, where am I wasting money? Oh, the food here, it can be $2 cheaper, eggs there. Like, it's so stupid, man. It's so stupid. Like, that is fear, man. That is like fear. It's good to learn that skill, but man, in this day and age, holy shit, it's so much easier to make more money, man. Like, imagine if you're a human in anywhere in Europe, you can do anything you want. I don't care what you do. You can stay in a hostel, you can stay at your parents', and you can eat their food and stuff. You're still gonna have like $100. If you're doing nothing, dude, nothing, you still need to spend $100 a month. And that's like nothing, dude. We're talking, your parents are paying for your food, your parents are paying for everything. You still need to spend $100 on something, okay? Now let's be more realistic here. If you're like renting a place, let's say you go to a fucking hostel, that's $500 a month, $300 a month, probably more if you're in a more expensive place. Let's say in Ukraine is $300. And then you need to probably eat something, it's like $200 a month. So again, whatever you do, I don't care. It's hard to save anything below $1,000, man. Every dollar below 1,000, you're like putting yourself in so much more hassle. That's what I did. And now I know, bro, if I focused on making $10,000 more dollars, to make $10,000 more dollars is so much easier to save $100 more when you're like already so efficient. By the way, it's the same thing in like industrial systems where you know, you want to put out less carbon dioxide, but every percentage less that you want to put out, it becomes so much more expensive to, you know, optimize that. So anyways, that's just a small observation here. That's why I'm gonna push now, instead of like saving money here and there and like trying to make the right choices. Fuck that shit. I'm just gonna push to make like $300,000 a month. I'm sure it's possible, and giving services to people who need it, and they probably think the same, right? Instead of saving money and doing everything themselves, they're smarter to know that I will solve these problems for them and they will pay me for it. So, and that's happening right now, right? And I love it, love the competition. It's good and it's paying off for now. I'm extremely thankful that it's paying off. Okay, 6. You can do anything. There's this book, which I don't remember. It's like, I am that I am. It means God is within you. God is our subconscious. The creative self, the subconscious is like coming out if you allow it to come out, right? Now, I can do anything I want. I know that. It's just, I need to decide to do the thing I want, and that's the biggest decision, right? After that, it becomes much easier. So, I would say, just remove all the frictions or distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode. Don't eat when you're not supposed to eat. Just remove everything, man. That is the most important thing, right? Because I know I can do it, man. I know I can learn anything I want. And I'm getting better at problem solving. But I'm not where I want to be yet. I'm getting better. And this is like the foundation I'm building, because I do want to become, you know, very, very, very useful to the society and become a better problem solver at everything I do. And I know I can learn everything. My dreams and imagination cannot comprehend if I respect my own work, if I respect my goals, and if I self-respect my limits and imagination, right? Just instead of going and scrolling on phone, which is going to bring me nothing, literally just focus on doing the thing that I promised myself to do this day, right? So, yeah, that's kind of it. And every day when I wake up, do the one thing that you know is the most important thing. And that question has driven me forward so freaking much. I love that. The one thing. And I'm going to keep doing the one thing, man. I want to make bigger investments. I want to build infrastructure. I want to make so much money. I want to have so many beautiful, beautiful, beautiful children. And but anyways. So also put your phone at airplane mode at night. Because I started doing this and, you know, I feel pretty good. I can actually focus. I was only doing that during the day, and during the night I was like chilling, relaxing, and it's not helping. It's actually making me more stressed. And when I do the opposite, I'm just so relaxed. So, yeah. And yeah, journal with your notebook and with videos like this. Now, these videos with Loom and stuff is just new, but definitely having like a notebook. I'm filling this out every month probably one of these is being filled out, and I love it. It's just so nice, so easy. Thank you, Sam Altman, for this solution. Really, if it wasn't for Sam Altman and a few other guys, I wouldn't have thought about this. This is the video. Now I want to do one more thing before I leave you here. I'm going to turn this into a song. And I've been listening to some jazz songs, so I'm going to make this a jazz song. I'm going to put all of this into one lyrics. Let's see how it turns out. Have a good day. Bye bye.